follow me on Instagram to never ever miss any of my crazy updates. Hi guys and welcome to another vlog. I'm riding this. This is the Ola S1 Pro and right now the scooter is actually locked. I have no key in my hand at all. All I have to do is come to the scooter, click the button here, and once I do that, well, then I have to put the passcode. Okay guys, don't copy my passcode. And there the scooter unlocks. How cool is that? It also makes this sort of a sound. Anyways, the scooter is unlocked right now and music will automatically play because it's connected to the Bluetooth system. Here is the phone which I've kept at the moment and somehow it's not playing at the moment. Usually it does, so we are going to play it ourselves. Well, that is the music system of the scooter. Straight away, let's come to the front. Okay, the design is very plain and basic. I mean, there's no curve as such which is aggressive on the scooter, but this is based on the Etergo app scooter from Netherlands. We'll talk about it when we're riding the scooter, of course. This is the only badging which is Ola, which is a sticker. This is the light and this happens to be the low beam. This happens to be the high beam, of course. This is where the indicator has been placed. By the way, it gets a single-sided suspension at the front and the tire size happens to be 110, 70, 12 alloy wheels. Of course, you get a disc at the front, you get a disc at the rear. There you can see the suspension mechanism. So yeah, they have been brave enough to actually give us a single-sided suspension. In fact, at the rear also you get single-sided swing arm, which looks quite cool. There is a disc, of course, there's a reflector here. This is flushed, yeah. The pegs are flushed with the body, which is actually quite nice. But the quality is not that great. Firstly, this is a single panel, okay, which means that if there's one scratch, you have to spend a lot of money to replace it. This thing is kind of little slippery, and then because this is curved, you can't keep luggage here. There's no hook here, but there's a hook here. The scooter automatically locks itself in 30 seconds. In fact, saying scooter is locked partially. Do you want to lock the handlebar as well? Then you have to turn the handlebar to the left. So all this actually happens on it. Okay, there it is. Didn't even give me a chance to do that. There's place for a phone, but the bigger phones will not fit in there. There's a USB charging socket there, and this hook is okay, fine. But you know what? Something has come off from here. So this is very flimsy. Okay, I was saying it's slippery, but it's not the most slippery. From the side, well, it actually looks quite nice. But you know what? This grab rail is made of rubber. Sort of, no, not really rubber, but it's very flimsy. Okay, how flimsy is it? Check this out, okay? It moves like that. The light's also nice. This is for the indicator, this is for the brake light, of course, and this is a reflector. Okay, there's a light here below for the number plate, of course, and there is the belt drive. There's the suspension on the side, and to open this, press this once and then pull it like this. This is where the charging happens. The charging port actually goes right inside here. Now the thing is, it is a comfortable seat for a single rider. With a pillion now, there's nothing to hold on to properly. I mean, this is obviously there, but it's a little flimsy, and if someone accelerates fast, person can fall off. But that's okay. I like this white stitching, but the bigger problem is if a heavy person is sitting behind now, that person will continuously move like this and end up opening this thing. So it happens at speed, of course, that this thing just randomly opens if there's a pillion rider, of course. So yeah, pillion comfort is not the best here. Anyways, I expected better quality of components. Quality levels could be a lot better. They've cut costs almost everywhere. Even these buttons are super duper cheap. Okay, so is this. Mirrors are okay, adequate. This is a 7-inch screen. Let's do one thing. Let's talk about these buttons. Okay, now this is to turn on the scooter. This is to go through the various riding modes. There are 4 of them. This is to decrease the volume or go to a previous track. This is to increase the volume or go to a next track. This is to turn on and off a track, of course. So this is the play pause button for the audio system. Lot of buttons here. This is for the horn, this is for the indicator, this is for high beam, and this is for reverse as well as cruise control. So if you want to get into reverse, scooter has to be on a standstill, and then you press this button and then you can go to reverse. Now to go ahead, you press like this. To go in reverse, you have to press it the opposite way. I mean, you have to rotate it the opposite way. That is one thing. Now the side stand is also quite cheap and flimsy. Yeah, this is very cheap and flimsy. So a lot of flimsy bits on the scooter. Let's do one thing. Let's turn it on. So here I press this button. There it will ask me for the code, of course, and there I press the code. See, it's not very responsive a screen. Now this is a 7-inch TFT screen, of course, there with the welcome sound. You can pair your phone. Again, I think audio is going to start on its own. Okay, yeah, device connected successfully. Okay, we're just going to pause it for the moment. This is the range. This is the all-time odometer, obviously, and how much you've ridden right now after turning on the scooter. This is a side stand indicator. This is the Bluetooth thingy, and this is actually for the clock. Now here, when I browse through, this is for the navigation system. So let's do one thing. Let's put navigation, and yeah, this has a okay, let's just put Sofitel. Now this thing actually has a eSIM because it's a connected scooter. So there I press this and let's start. So that is the navigation, which is actually quite nice, showing me, I really like the way the navigation has been done. Let's exit this for a moment. Let's get behind. And yeah, this is for the audio system. This is for the various settings of the scooter, and there it tells you the battery stats, what is the range in eco, normal, sport and hyper. So it tells you that, also average speed, and if you want to call support, and also it's relatively easy to use. Let's come to the main screen, because if you press this button, then only opens the under seat storage. Now this has opened. This is actually 36 liters, but it's not shaped properly, so a full size helmet will not fit in here. This is the 5 ampere socket charger which comes with the scooter. In fact, the scooter comes with 2 helmets, both of them are useless. Also comes with a scooter cover, and obviously the charger, which takes almost 7 hours to charge. Claim time is I think 6.5 hours. Let's just shut this. Okay. Sometimes things don't work that well, so yeah, now it's shut. Now you might be wondering what happens if you run out of charge and this thing is open or this thing is closed. Actually, how do you access your stuff? Well, the thing is, you can actually access all this with the app, and then they were also planning to come with a proximity sensor or something of that sort. With your app, if you come close to the scooter will unlock. All that is also there. To lock the handlebar, you have to obviously turn the handlebar all the way like this, and then obviously lock it. So yeah, certain things are like that here. Scooter feels a bit heavy. Now to turn on the scooter, you have to press this brake and then just click it once. There. First, you have to put the side stand up, because with the side stand down, the scooter is not going to turn on. You put the side stand down again, scooter will turn off. So all that has been done to obviously save the range of this particular scooter. But yes, it's a very interesting scooter because quite a lot of features, and they have actually given it a software update and got all those features. In fact, this scooter had a lot of issues, but most of them have been resolved with a software update. But one issue with navigation can only be resolved with a hardware update, which is an antenna update, which they are doing for the first batch of customers. Anyways, let's do one thing. Let's start riding right away. All right, we're all set to go. Just press this button and straight away we can go ahead. But before that, I'm actually going to press this reverse button. We are in reverse. Twist it the other way, and there it's going in reverse. So it does a top speed of 4 kilometers per hour here. I'll leave it. It has this reverse alarm as well. Okay, now let's do one thing. Let's actually get out of reverse. Yeah, now we are into gear and off we go. Oh my god, this is very silent, very refined. You cannot hear a thing. That is the level of refinement. So in order for other people to know that you are coming, you have to use the music system to warn them off. The brakes are actually very strong. Yeah, amazing brakes. And even though I'm very tall as such, my legs are not falling with the handlebar because the handlebar position is on the higher side. Thankfully, we have some dry patch ahead. Full throttle. Yeah, the screen does not move when you're riding the scooter. So yeah, that gets locked as well as a safety feature. And over bumps, I can tell you confidently that the ride quality is absolutely pathetic. The suspension doesn't have travel only, which is a bit of an issue. Grip levels are good, but the problem is that the handling is also not that great. Okay, so it's not a very fun scooter to ride. Obviously, it has got good performance. View around is good from the outside rear view mirrors, of course. Rather, the mirrors are always outside. Faisal, what are you talking? You're just getting used to talking about cars, so hence that gripe. I'm not very comfortable with my foot on the footboard, so that's another some sort of a glitch. Anyways, this motor actually produces 11.3 horsepower and 58 newton meters of torque. Every bump can be felt, so when you go over expansion joints, you can definitely feel those as well. It's actually a light scooter to ride, not bad as such, even though it weighs 125 kgs. Now there is the S1 and the S1 Pro. We are riding the S1 Pro. Most people are buying the S1 Pro only, so there's no point talking about the S1 because the S1 is slightly cheaper but has lesser performance, has 3 riding modes instead of 4, and also unfortunately misses out on certain features like cruise control and the likes. In fact, hill hold assist was supposed to be there, but that is not there on our scooter, so maybe with the software update they're going to offer us that as well. Now this scooter produces, like I told you, 11.3 horsepower and 58 newton meters of torque, which is considerable for a thing which weighs very less, running a 3.97 kilowatt hour battery with a claim range of 181 kilometers, which is actually quite impressive. But on paper, in the real world, you can easily subtract from around 30 to 45 kilometers from that. So the range is between 80 kilometers in hyper mode to 150 kilometers in eco mode. And obviously you have to ride very sanely. Now what you're going to do is you're going to change the riding mode. So here we are, we got into sport and now we are into hyper. Hyper mode obviously has the best performance, where I can instantly feel the added rush from the scooter. Yeah, the pickup seems very nice. The only thing is the initial get-go has been muted a bit when compared to the initial batches. So even with software update, they've tried to, lower that so that people don't just go like this and then fly away. So they have actually made certain changes there as well. So here onto the throttle and off we go. Okay, it pulls very nicely. Look at the way the speedometer is going. I think the top speed is around 115 kilometers per hour, doing 102
I'm just a little scared that things should not fall apart, because a lot of people have had issues where the scooters gone into reverse, and then issues with the front suspension also breaking and the likes. But I think Ola will get on top of all that and resolve all those issues, so it doesn't struggle till even 115 kilometers per hour. 116 it did. In fact, when it's doing 115 kilometers per hour, the real speed happens to be 99.6 kilometers per hour. So real world top speed happens to be around 100 kilometers per hour. I can't believe it. It's so dry already. If it was raining like 2 minutes back. And here, let's see what top speed it can do. For aerodynamics, Faisal Khan's head of truth going down to get the truthful top speed. Come on, there's so much wind blast, you can feel everything, and my goodness, it is not going above 112 now, so that's kind of weird. So the battery performance has been a bit iffy on and off. In fact, when the motor heats, sometimes it does in hot conditions when you're riding for 15 minutes in hyper mode. So it will go from hyper to sport to normal, and normal to eco mode. In fact, it goes to eco mode automatically when you hit 15% of battery. Let's stop. So while we are stopped at the signal, it's saying 64% battery is remaining. Eco, it will go 109 kilometers, normal 89 kilometers, sport 79 kilometers, and in hyper it will go 65 kilometers, average speed of 27 kilometers per hour, top speed 116 kilometers per hour. And today we have ridden 7 kilometers. So let's just get back into the menu. We are in hyper mode and we are going to be racing this Jigsaw. Just kidding. And off we go. Jigsaw broke the signal, getting an advantage, but here electric mobility comes into the picture. Come on, Ola Electric, show me what you got. By Jigsaw, he just has to downshift once and he'll be gone. Anyways, let's see what is the top speed now. Realistically, I hit 116 before. Can I do that again? I don't know. Maybe it should be able to do it, but this battery now has a mind of its own, rather the software. Sometimes it works, sometimes it doesn't. Now it's taking a lot of time to actually pull beyond 110 kilometers per hour. Now it's locked at 113. It wasn't taking that long earlier. I don't know what has happened all of a sudden. So I am going as down as possible, but that's what she said. And yeah, that's it. It will not go any further. So this kind of weird how the performance is not consistent. And there goes a Pulsar. You know why he's so fast? Because he has no mirrors. I have mirrors, so I slow down there, of course. So removing mirrors is the best performance mode in the world. Jokes aside, yeah, brakes are better at the rear. I think front is too strong, so rear is just better to operate. Obviously a lot of wind blast here and there. Now Ola has huge ambitions. They set up a gigafactory, or whatever factory they want to call it, that can produce up to 10 million units a year. 10 million is 1 crore, which means they're looking to sell around 8 lakh scooters a month. That's like 12x of what the Activa sells. Well, not 12x, but still considerably much, at least around 5-6x anyways. So the point is, they're also looking to set up a hypercharging network, which will charge your scooter to around 75-78 kilometers range in just 15 minutes. And talking about the official charging time, they say 6.5 hours for this to go from 0 to full battery. And yeah, it's interesting. The only non-interesting part is there are no dealerships or service centers, so they deliver the scooter at home in 15 minutes, and it's very smooth the process. However, when it comes to service, you have to wait for them to come to your house to do the service, which I believe could be a bit of an issue, because there would be times wherein obviously someone will not turn up and you will be like waiting frustratingly. So that's where a service center would definitely come into play. You just go to the service center and dump your scooter like, yeah, ठीक करके तो चलो मुझे जल्दी से भाई. Anyways, there have been issues where the range is showing 15 kilometers, and then all of a sudden the range drops and becomes 0, and you're stranded with the scooter, not knowing what to do next. So all these little bit gremlins need to be sorted by Ola Electric. Anyways, maneuverability is actually nice, and because the weather is cold, there's no heating issue as such, but earlier scooters had a lot of heating issues, which was just putting the scooter in a different mode. Now it doesn't go off the line as quickly as an Ather 450X, but you know what, once you pick up pace around 30-40 kilometers per hour, it pulls stronger than the Ather and obviously has a higher top speed as well. But you know what is the beauty of the scooter? The connected thingy bit, which means that they'll keep on giving us updates over time. And this is actually a Netherlands based scooter. So basically Ola Electric went and bought the Itergo scooter company, which made the app scooter, which is identical to this one. Only thing is that the Itergo app scooter actually had a smaller battery, or a lesser powerful battery. This one has more power. So the design is the same, the cycle parts are the same. Okay, let's do one thing, let's get into cruise. So here cruise control has been activated. They're cruising at around 74 kilometers per hour effortlessly. Cruise control works beyond 20 or 40 kilometers per hour, something of that sort. So when they went and bought this company, they just replicated the exact same scooter for India in terms of the design, in terms of cycle parts, brakes and tires and frame and everything. Okay, the battery module is also banana shaped. That one has a battery with 3 battery modules, giving it a range of almost to 40 kilometers, and that is at 20 kilometers per hour. However, the difference is that the top speed is restricted to 50 kilometers because in Europe such kind of scooters are not allowed to go above 50 kilometers per hour. But it also costs much more because economies of scale are there here in India. I read a few articles here and there that they had to do a distress sale of the company. They really needed money, so Ola got a good deal there. The only thing is their ambitions are big, but they are not testing the scooter as much, and customers are sort of becoming the R&D here, which is quite wrong because obviously customers can't go and test your scooter because there have been a lot of mishaps here and there, which is kind of unfortunate because the ambition and the thought is brilliant. Now the price of the scooter is around 1.2 lakhs after subsidy. So basically you pay 499 to book the scooter, and then you go ahead and pay an additional 20,000 to confirm your booking, and then you pay I think around 90,000 and then another 40-50,000. You end up paying around 1.6-1.7 lakhs, and then in subsidy, now FAME 2 subsidy, they will give you back around 50-60,000 depending on which state you are in. Overall on-road pricing will turn out to be roughly somewhere around 1.2 lakhs, which for the kind of performance and the kind of tech it has is absolutely amazing. The only thing is they really need to make sure that customers don't get an iffy scooter with issues, because that's a bit of a problem. Because today I'm actually wearing riding pants, which I usually don't do when riding a scooter, not wearing a scooter. So yeah, there are pads here, like guard here, and top to bottom I'm wearing riding equipment because I'm so scared. I don't know what will happen. Will the front fork just give away, or will it go into reverse? Obviously some of the issues might be exaggerated a bit, and some places where people have been riding very fast over bad bumps and all that issues happen, but such things they cannot afford because first impression is the last impression, and Ola has kind of messed their first impression here. Anyways, I think this is a very nice scooter, but I still like the Ather one more because I know Ather is completely manufactured, developed, thought, R&D, everything in India, and tested very well. I've not found any glitches in the Ather scooters, but here obviously I can. We've already done around 9 kilometers on a ride right now, which is quite a bit, but the range has also fallen quite a bit. It's saying 55 kilometers is the range now because I'm riding in hyper mode. In eco mode, the performance obviously does down quite a lot, and normal mode, it's best to be ridden in that when you're just going for grocery shopping. Sport mode obviously is better, and hyper mode is absolutely crazy, but hyper mode is not available in the regular S1. It is something which is unique to the S1 Pro. Naturally it has to be, because with the S1 Pro you're a professional scooter rider. Just imagine Swiggy and Zomato having the scooter going forward. Your deliveries will actually happen within 15 minutes going ahead. That would be so amazing. But what happens if they have to charge the scooter? That could be a bit of an issue. I'm not very comfortable with my foot, so this footboard now, this sloping thingy, that's not the best way to do it somehow, so that could be slightly better. And because now I'm feeling quite hot, I'm just going to open my visor right now, and maybe we're going to stop in a bit on the left side. So let's do one thing, let's put a left indicator and come to a halt. So yeah, it's making that sound, beep 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 of the indicator. Now imagine the world's most reliable car right ahead of me, the Toyota Corolla, has actually broken down for whatever reason. So when something is work in progress from a startup like this, obviously things will and might go wrong as well. So yeah, you can see, oh my god, the ride is so bad. They really need to work for the ride. I think the scooter is made for Europe, and Ola did not even bother to be like, एक काम करते हैं ना, चलो थोड़ा बहुत टेस्ट वेस्ट करके इंडिया के लिए स्पेसिफिक चेंजेस करते हैं. नहीं, जैसा है वैसा है, ले लो भाई, हम तो कुछ चेंज नहीं करने वाले. And that is a bit of an issue here. We have to overtake this Corolla because it's very slow. It's like going at an ant pace. Can you hear a lot of wind? I certainly can. Yeah. I just wish now they would have not cut costs in terms of panels and testing. That would have made the scooter so freaking amazing. It's just not that great in terms of build quality and overall fit finish either. Stoppy. So now let's put navigation, and we'll start this navigation, and you can see the mode has completely changed, which is quite interesting because now with the navigation the speedometer has actually come on the bottom right here. Now in order to get into eco mode, what do you do? So here we are in normal, sport, hyper. I keep this button pressed, and there it comes into eco. So we're going to accelerate in eco. Oh my goodness, I'm on full throttle. Look at the way the scooter is so lethargic in eco mode. It just doesn't seem to move. Will it even reach 100 kilometers per hour? I really doubt. I'm full on the throttle. The range has increased to 86 kilometers here. oh my god, Eco actually restricts the top speed to around 40 kilometers. That's like ridiculous. It's not moving above 40 kilometers per hour. That's kind of bad. Okay, yeah. Now let's do one thing. Let's change the mode. Let's get into normal. Here, full throttle in normal mode. Obviously the speed increases. Let's see what speed it does in normal mode. Well, top speed will be around, I think, 70 or something, but look at this, it becomes so sluggish even in normal mode. Come on. Yeah, 80 kilometers in normal mode. So we get into sport mode. Now in sport mode, I think it will do 100 kilometers probably, and there we are. Yep, 94, 95. Okay, so we get into hyper, and in hyper obviously it will go much further, easily crosses 100 kilometers per hour. So there you can see the realistically unrealistic top speeds in the various modes of the scooter. And there we are doing okay, little bit aerodynamic efficiency is needed. 116, 115. Okay, that's about it. So that's that. So guys, thank you so much for watching this vlog. I would suggest do not buy this scooter right now. Let them iron out all the issues. Let other customers do the R&D, or if Ola cannot do it themselves, you have to wait obviously, and then think of buying it, because it's a fantastic idea, fantastic scooter. The execution is not the best, and the testing hasn't been done adequately enough. If you like this vlog, make sure to give the thumbs up, that's the like button, and also subscribe to the channel. I will see you guys in the next video also. Bye bye. Oh my god, bamboo.